Achieve what could a man achieve in his life? Something like that?
You're just from
Pretty much. Hello.
what can a man achieve?
What is the...
What goals should a man strive for?
That's okay. What should a person strive for in their life?
Happiness.
Have a practice.
To have a good life, the first thing.
Are you already feeling?
Yeah, this
Study it.
practice
A
or
good
whatever.
life
Have a
and
good
Yeah,
life
better.
yourself and just be here for your grandchildren to see how their lives turn out.
can I stop for a second?
Yeah, of course.
Have you put the red button on?
Yeah, it's already on.
Sorry, so just
So
stop.
you just edit whatever you want, pretty
yeah,
much.
yeah, if we can. What did you say again? I didn't
Do it
hear.
one more time.
Well, to be here, to have a good life yourself, and to see, hang around until your grandchildren to find out what sort of a life they've made for themselves. First one, and I think that the other thing is that I want to be here just to see my grandfather. His time on life he had here on this earth, and the great things he done for people around him, and also for the Jewish people, what he did for them.
That's a good thing. It's very good. What do you have to say, Sam?
I'm driving. We came out of. We've had affiliation that we our nation had suffered too. We came part of Australia, as you, the people of Australia, came part of Australia. But the ground should be that I don't know what to say. You should be held in high esteem.
Do you want to add something? He wants to add something else.
Well, I think that's something that's being achieved by us because Abe and I have been in most places, especially overseas in Israel, and we've done what we could to have his name out there, and I'm pleased with what we've done in that time. Because he's had a lot of recognition for what he did in his time.
Time is a traveller, and we've learned so much.
Yeah.
A lot of progression happens through time. You got to make it all positive.
You have to build on your foundations, make it a better world
For the right reasons.
I think that
for the right reason.
everybody should travel if they can. And we had 3 or 4 days there, stayed in a hotel and travelled around over there.
Bethlehem and
Yeah.
the other side. We had to get a visa. The Israelis couldn't go across with us without showing a foreign passport because Israelis weren't allowed to travel into Bethlehem. But Uncle Boydie and all the people on the Australian passports could. It was quite an experience, and we were there just as representatives of William Cooper's family. We stopped at other places like Hong Kong along the way, and Egypt, and one of Uncle's cousins left Israel for a few days and came back. They went to Belgium and came back and rejoined us. The reason they went to Belgium is because William Cooper, the grandfather of this man, when he was living in Australia, his years were from 1860 to 1941. He just reached his 80th birthday and passed away a couple of months later. He fought for Indigenous human rights and civil rights for most of his life. He wrote letters to prime ministers and petitions to the King of England, one of which was never delivered. And 80 So 80 years later, Uncle Boydie is planning to go to London in a few months' time and deliver a letter with an appointment with Queen Elizabeth from the grandson of William Cooper, who never got to deliver it to King George V. He formed, when nobody did anything, he got a group of people together. He was the committee that represented all Aboriginals in Australia. The first time there was activism, it was called the AAL, the Australian Aborigines League. And they wrote a motion at their committee meeting that we vote, and they passed it, seconded. It was a formal democratic decision on behalf of the Aboriginal community of Australia to protest to the German government on behalf of all Aboriginals of Australia that we deplore the way you are treating Jews. And it was only 4 weeks after the Shoah, after the Kristallnacht before the Shoah, and it could have prevented the Shoah. It could have saved 6 million people if they would have only listened to the one man who wrote anything. He took the motion, the minutes of that record, the letter, and it was a resolution to be passed on to the German ambassador. And they marched from Footscray, where they were living, to the city, to Collins Street, Melbourne. We're going to drive past that building in 1 minute, and you'll be able to see on the video, if you want to, Sam, the very building where the German embassy used to be. It's right next to the station where we're going now.
Point it out.
I just
Yeah, we've got plenty of time.
go with the flow of the
And we
traffic.
went, he marched with a group of Aboriginal people. They got 10, this man was 77 years old at the time. It was a hot summer's day. It was December the 6th, 1938. After he waited 4 weeks and in disgust, nobody did anything when they read the same newspaper cuttings that he did. It was the front page of the Argus, the Age, the Sydney Morning Herald. I've checked in the libraries, the Boston Globe, the New York Times, the London Tribune. It was every paper in the world. It was by 2 or 3 days. Not 2 minutes with the internet. There wasn't any internet. But within 2 days, it was photos of synagogues burning on the front of every page. Every page. And one man said, if you don't do something now, there's going to be a Holocaust. The Jewish people are all going to be killed.
One man.
And nobody listened. Because he was a black fella, and what would they know? What would they know? So he dropped off the letter at the gate of the German embassy because the security guards wouldn't let the ambassador wouldn't come out to see them, and they weren't allowed in. So he dropped off a letter saying, please read it, and please pass on immediately our views to your boss, Adolf Hitler. We don't know to this day whatever happened. They probably tore it up 5 minutes after they walked away. Probably nothing ever happened. What they thought, and what the Australian politicians thought, about a group of Aboriginals who had no rights of their own, shaming one of what was a friendly country at the time. Germany wasn't a foe. Australia was a trading partner with Germany. There was no boycott or something like that, you know. What they all thought. And the moment was lost to history for almost 70 years. Almost, except for 1 or 2 of the historians that I've since found.
Where my father's father lived and dwelt, the tree has grown in the heart of me.
Knew this story.
What do you think about the world? It should heal itself in some way, and we should become citizens of this world and citizens of the planet. And with, if need be, for homelands or property rights, I don't know how to understand it. But within the law, there has to be a solution. What do you think the solution should be for time that's to come?
It's a deeper question. I'll take that one on notice. So
So notice, we'll cut that out. That's what I'll do.
so I'll think about it.
That's not a problem. Just
You're already at the station. You've done a very good job. If you want to, Sam,
do we have a photo to take?
so if you want to,
Do you want to do this editing with me? And you
No,
share
Sam, if you want to for 2 minutes, I'm going to show you 2 things to film as we drive past.
Take away this garden that grows inside with its trees of love to see. There's a tree
As we get closer to the building on our left,
in my garden.
on the other side of the road, the new building. Sam, turn left. This way. Turn left.
Turn left.
Sam, turn left. And it's turn left lane when you can. And if you're allowed to, Sam, pull up for 1 second as soon as you've turned left. Gubby, film that building in front of you.
Over here, over here.
No, Sam, ignore. I'm talking to Gubby. Sam, Gubby, keep filming that building, no matter what Sam says. Just keep filming that building and try as we turn the corner to catch the huge sign on the left of the entrance. It's a very big sign. I want you to catch it. Sam, I just want you to turn left and then immediately stop for 1 second if you're allowed to. If you can't, don't say anything because we're...
What?
You know, Gubby, just keep filming. Don't,
Film.
oh, behind the sign, behind the tram. The sign behind the tram on the building. Have you got it?
Oh, yeah.
Can you see it? What's it say?
William Cooper Justice Centre.
Okay.
William Cooper Justice Centre.
Did you catch it on film? Okay,
Yeah,
keep
I've got
driving,
it, I've got
Sam.
it.
You don't need to stop now. You don't need to stop. Go down to Go down to Collins Street.
That was a nice.
Why in the world is there a building in the middle of the city called the William Cooper Justice Centre? Sam, have a guess. Gubby, have a guess.
It comes to conclusion that I don't have to guess. I know.
I'll guess.
In my heart, I know. That's all.
Wait, is William Cooper the relative of you?
This is the grandfather.
And so they
building is
realised
named after
that
his-
you were right,
It took 70 years.
and then they
The
put it
Victorian
there
government, yeah.
in honour and memory and justice from.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gubby, you've summed it up.
Yes.
You've summed it up. Yeah.
Is it, what exactly like? Is
What
that?
did it
Is
say?
it
What did the petition talk about? Here, go
He
on.
wrote a letter to the King of England
To the Queen's grandpa.
oh, okay.
begging him to get involved in the way Aboriginal people were treated in Australia.
Yeah.
And he had to send it through a government body, so he sent it through the government itself. But they didn't send it. And he also had a petition of 1,800 Aboriginal signatures to go with the letter.
Oh, and they just didn't listen.
Yeah, they said they would, but they broke their word.
That's what we're going to
We're
England.
fixing it up.
Oh,
England
okay.
this year.
You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to hand that over to
the
the
Queen.
Queen if possible.
Yeah. Sam, in 1
very
minute is
good.
Collins Street. You turn left, please. The next lights after this.
Next slide's up.
Next light, yeah, now. The lights coming up now. Turn left. I'm going to show you one more amazing building.
Good on you guys for bringing justice and
That's his
positiveness.
grandfather. Turn left, Sam.
Thank you.
Now, Gubby, I want
Yeah.
you to film as he turns left on the other side of the road. We're going to get up to it. Just keep filming. Sam will drive.
Yeah.
Left.
You go left and just drive normal. Just drive normal. The building, the yellow building coming up. If you can, Sam, again, pull up in front of the blue car for 1 second. Here. Now.
Blue car,
now. Just
15
pull up.
minutes.
Pull up for 5 seconds. Pull up for 5 seconds and go forward. Or wherever you get to. Just stop for 5 seconds.
So this building,
Yeah, the old building. Oh, yeah.
it's
Okay.
a big building.
Okay. Now later when we drive, you might even catch the number. The building that you're looking at now, viewers, is. Can my voice still be heard? Do you think on the tape from this
Yeah.
volume?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The building that you're looking at now is 419 to 425 Collins Street, Melbourne, and in 1938, that building was a hotel called the Hotel Alexandra. On the upper floors of that hotel in 1938 was the consulate of Germany. It wasn't the Federal Republic of Germany, which is the name of Germany today. It was Deutschland. It was the Third Reich. It was Hitler's Germany. The current Germany is really legally a different country after Hitler, okay? That was the consulate of old Germany. Just behind the telephone box, you can probably see it was the door, the smaller of the two doors, okay? That was the door where the security guards stopped this man's grandfather, this man Zeta, Uncle Boydie's grandfather, William Cooper, marched with a group of people to that doorway behind that telephone box, and the security guards from the German consulate, with acting on orders from the German embassy and the Germany, the foreign office of the old Germany, of Deutschland, blocked William Cooper's delegation from going in to see. They had an appointment at 11:30 in the morning on Tuesday the 6th of December 1938, but they wouldn't let them in. 11:30 it was scheduled. They couldn't get in. The letter was left with the security guards to tell Hitler that we, the Aboriginals of Australia, demand that you stop treating the Jews immediately in the way that you are, and that you should and they were pushed away from that doorway. I think they probably would have, I don't know what the Germans thought of them. 74 years later to the day, on December the 6th, 2012, which was not last December, but the December before, about, we're February now, so about 14 months ago, Uncle Boydie, then aged 84, came down from Shepparton, where he lives in Shepparton, in Maribna, the suburbs of Shepparton, came down to the house in Footscray where his grandfather lived, about 10 kilometres from here, and Uncle Boydie, aged 84, redid the walk. He'd done it already twice now. Once he did it the whole way, once he stopped a little bit along the way in a suit and tie, and he walked to that door that you're filming right now from Footscray with about 50 Jews, German people, some Christian Zionists, okay, and a lot of Aboriginal people, and we reenacted the famous walk from Footscray to 419 Collins Street, Melbourne. And when we got there, we stopped at the William Cooper Justice Centre that you just filmed. We picked up another 100 people that were waiting. So by the time we got here, there was over 150 people. There was a group from East Melbourne Synagogue that walked and joined us at Collins Street. They came down and joined us at the Justice Centre. So there was about 200 people. And when we got to the door 14 months ago to reenact it, we had a copy of the original letter that we'd picked up from the National Archives. And we handed the letter to the Consul General of Germany today, a different country. He stood on that very doorstep that you're filming, and he finally did the right thing and righted the wrong of 74 years earlier. He accepted the letter from Uncle Boydie, and he handed it to the Canberra ambassador, who forwarded it to the Foreign Office in Berlin. And we believe in the next couple of the months, as we come home from Queen Elizabeth in London, we are stopping in Berlin, and we're going to get the very belated, 75 and a half years belated, the reply to the letter from the one man who tried to stop Hitler, the Aboriginal man on the other side of the world who felt disgusted because he could empathise with the racism that the Jews felt. It all happened at this doorstep 14 months ago, reenacting what happened at this doorstep 75
So
years
consequently, you righted the wrong.
That's right. And now we won't. That was one of two wrongs, big wrongs. That was the first one. Getting Queen Elizabeth to accept what her grandfather never got is the second one of two. We're going to write the other one as well in about a few. And Sam and Govey, when you stop the car in a few minutes at the station, I'm going to give you a chance to we're reenacting the petition. We need 1,814 autographs. We're about halfway. So if you two could help us with 2 more autographs, we get your signatures are about to be handed to Queen Elizabeth.
Of course.
We'll do that in about 5 minutes when we stop the car.
Most definitely.
Sam, no, stop the filming for a minute.
All right.
We're
All good.